What if I told you that long before humans walked the earth, another civilization ruled in silence? A race of highly intelligent, reptilian beings existing in secret, lost to time, their remnants buried deep within the earth, hidden beneath the ruins of human history. Ancient myths speak of them. Forbidden archaeology hints at their existence, and yet mainstream science refuses to acknowledge their presence. Ancient myths across the world tell of serpent gods, reptilian rulers, and powerful beings that shaped civilization long before humans ever took their first breath. But what if these weren't just myths? What if the legends point to a lost civilization, one that predates all known human history? Could it be that we were never the first intelligent species on this planet? That a lost civilization of reptilian beings predated us and then vanished without a trace? Tonight we uncover the disturbing truth about the civilization of lizard people, a history erased from time. For centuries, civilizations across the world have told stories of reptilian beings, ancient gods, serpent deities, and humanoid lizards who once roamed the earth. From the Naga of Hindu tradition to the Ubaid culture's enigmatic statues in Mesopotamia, the evidence of a reptilian presence stretches across cultures and continents. The Naga from Hindu mythology, snake-like beings with human faces. The eerie Ubaid statues from Mesopotamia, large slanted reptilian eyes staring into the abyss. The Quetzalcoatl murals in ancient Mesoamerican temples, depicting a feathered serpent god descending from the heavens. Are these merely artistic interpretations, or could they be evidence of a forgotten past? Mainstream historians dismiss these stories as myth, but what if they're wrong? Notable researchers like Graham Hancock, Zecharia Sitchin, and David Icke have explored these questions, but their theories remain controversial, and yet strange discoveries, from underground tunnels to inexplicable artifacts, suggest there may be more to the story than we've been told. In this video, we'll trace the origins of the reptilian civilization, explore possible evidence of their existence, and investigate how they mysteriously disappeared. History's oldest civilizations all tell strikingly similar tales of reptilian beings. The Sumerians described the Anunnaki, sky gods who descended to Earth and shaped humanity. Some accounts suggest they weren't human at all, but reptilian in nature. The Ubaid people left behind unsettling statues, reptilian humanoids with elongated skulls and large piercing eyes. In Hindu tradition, the Naga lived underground, emerging only to interact with certain human bloodlines. The Hopi snake brothers were said to have ruled over early humans, bestowing knowledge before vanishing into the earth. In Mesoamerica, Quetzalcoatl was revered as a divine feathered serpent, a being who walked among humans. How could so many ancient cultures, separated by oceans and thousands of years, all tell the same story? Could this be collective memory or lost history? Forbidden archaeology, evidence of a reptilian race? While mainstream archaeology tells us humans are the first intelligent species to evolve on Earth, some discoveries suggest otherwise. The underground tunnels in cities, massive underground tunnel networks, such as Derinkuyu in Turkey, suggest an advanced subterranean civilization. Some researchers believe these tunnels were created by a non-human species. Out-of-place artifacts, UPARTs, mysterious relics, such as reptilian-like humanoid figurines found in pre-human layers of rock, raise questions about who or what existed before us. The Ubaid lizard figurines, found in Mesopotamia, these humanoid reptilian statues predate written history. The Ica stones of Peru, mysterious carved stones depict humanoid figures coexisting with dinosaurs. Strange fossil anomalies. Some fringe scientists suggest that certain fossilized remains bear unusual, reptilian-like traits, fueling speculation about an ancient species wiped from history. Are these anomalies simply misinterpretations, or hints at something far more disturbing? Mainstream science ignores these artifacts, but what are they hiding? Theories from notable researchers. For decades, independent researchers have sought answers beyond the confines of mainstream history. Graham Hancock has long suggested that history is far older than we've been told, pointing to lost civilizations wiped out by cataclysms. Could a reptilian race have existed before a massive extinction event? Zecharia Sitchin's translations of Sumerian tablets suggests the Anunnaki were not gods but extraterrestrial beings, possibly even reptilian in nature. David Icke's controversial theory proposes that reptilian entities still control human society today, remnants of an ancient, advanced species that never truly disappeared. Are these merely wild theories or pieces of a puzzle we've been trained to ignore? Could traces of their bloodline remain in today's elite? The Great Disappearance, when and why did they vanish? What happened to them? If the reptilian civilization truly existed, how did they disappear so completely that their very memory became nothing more than a myth? History teaches us that civilizations rise and fall. But if the lizard people once ruled before humanity, their downfall wasn't just a collapse, it was a near total erasure from history. But why and when? There are three leading theories, each more disturbing than the last. Many alternative researchers propose a timeline. 300 million years ago, early reptilian evolution, 200 to 70 million years ago, a dominant reptilian species, possibly wiped out by the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs 12,000 years ago. The Younger Dryas impact, a catastrophic event that may have ended an ancient civilization. Did a reptilian civilization exist alongside early humans, or long before us, wiped out by cosmic disaster? The cosmic disaster, were they wiped out? One of the most compelling explanations for their disappearance ties directly to a real, scientifically verified catastrophe. The Younger Dryas impact event, a sudden apocalyptic shift in Earth's climate 12,800 years ago. Graham Hancock and other researchers believe that a comet or asteroid impact triggered a massive global disaster. This wasn't just an extinction-level event. It was a reset for civilization itself. Massive wildfires wiped out entire ecosystems. Megafauna, like the woolly mammoth and saber-toothed tiger, went extinct. Sea levels rose dramatically, flooding coastal cities and wiping out settlements near shorelines. If an advanced reptilian species existed, could they have been among the casualties? This global reset could explain why no mainstream records of their civilization remain. If their cities and technology were concentrated in coastal regions, they may now lie buried beneath the ocean floor, but not everyone believes the lizard people perished in this catastrophe. Some believe they survived. A silent retreat, did they go underground? What if the reptilian civilization saw the catastrophe coming and vanished before it struck? Throughout history, countless myths speak of beings who live beneath the surface of the earth. The Hopi people tell of their ancestors being guided into underground cities by the Snake Brothers before a great disaster. Tibetan and Hindu legends describe Agartha and Shambhala, hidden subterranean kingdoms ruled by enlightened, non-human beings. Nazi Germany's expeditions to Antarctica sought entrances to Hollow Earth, believing an ancient race still lived below. Could the reptilian civilization have sought refuge beneath the surface? There is some evidence suggesting that massive underground structures were built far earlier than mainstream archaeology acknowledges. Derinkuyu, Turkey, a vast underground city capable of housing 20,000 people, complete with ventilation shafts, wells, and stone doors designed to seal inhabitants inside. The Grand Canyon's Forbidden Cave, a mysterious tunnel system reportedly discovered in the early 1900s, containing artifacts that resembled Egyptian and Tibetan designs, but which was quickly covered up by the Smithsonian Institute. The Amazon's subterranean ruins, indigenous legends speak of hidden underground structures, and LiDAR scans have recently revealed lost cities beneath the dense jungle. If the reptilian civilization didn't die, but disappeared underground, are they still there today? Genetic integration, did they become part of us? What if instead of being wiped out, the reptilian civilization merged with us? Ancient myths repeatedly mention serpent-blooded rulers and hybrid beings. The ancient Egyptians believed their pharaohs had divine blood, sometimes depicted with elongated skulls, eerily similar to reptilian features. The Bible's book of Genesis describes the Nephilim, strange, powerful beings that some believe were human hybrids with non-human entities. Medieval European nobility claimed to be descendants of dragon-blooded ancestors, leading to royal bloodlines known as blue bloods. Some modern researchers even suggest that certain blood types, particularly Rh-negative blood, might be a remnant of this ancient hybridization. Did traces of their genetics remain in human evolution? If so, what does that mean for us today? Did they leave clues in our DNA? If an ancient reptilian civilization once existed, could they have left their mark on us in ways we don't even realize? Some researchers believe remnants of their genetics may still exist, traces of an ancient species hidden within human DNA. Could this explain certain anomalies found in our biology and behavior? The reptilian brain theory, a biological connection? Deep within our minds lies what neuroscientists call the reptilian brain, the oldest part of our neural architecture. This structure, known scientifically as the basal ganglia, controls survival instincts, fight-or-flight responses, aggression, and territoriality. Basic survival drives, hunger, dominance, and reproductive urges. Cold, calculated decision-making, associated with sociopathic tendencies in some individuals. Is this simply an evolutionary remnant from our distant past? Or is it possible that something more deliberate is at play? Alternative researchers propose a bold theory that the reptilian brain isn't just a product of evolution, but a genetic imprint left behind by an ancient race. Could it be that our most primal, instinctual urges, our drive for power, our need for hierarchy, our territorial aggression, are echoes of a long-lost species that once ruled this planet? Genetic anomalies and bloodline mysteries. While most of humanity shares common genetic traits, certain anomalies raise questions about our origins. One of the biggest mysteries? The Rh-negative blood type. The vast majority of humans have Rh-positive blood, meaning they carry a gene linked to the rhesus monkey, a key part of primate evolution. But 15% of the world's population lacks this gene entirely. Their blood is Rh-negative, meaning they have no direct link to primates. Why does this matter? Rh-negative mothers who conceive Rh-positive babies often experience immune system rejection. Their body treats the fetus as a foreign entity. This is rare in nature, except when two species that are not fully compatible interbreed. Could this suggest that at some point in history, a genetically distinct species, one with reptilian ancestry, mixed with early humans? Interestingly, Rh-negative blood is disproportionately found in royal and elite bloodlines, traced back to ancient rulers who claimed divine or serpent-born ancestry. Are these bloodlines the last living remnants of an ancient reptilian-human hybridization? Mythological figures, part human, part serpent. Legends across civilizations repeatedly describe beings that were neither fully human nor fully animal, but something in between. Could these stories be distorted memories of a time when reptilian hybrids walked among us? The Serpent Kings of Sumer, ancient Mesopotamian records describe a time when divine rulers reigned for thousands of years. Some of these kings, like Enki and Ningishzida, were often depicted with serpent-like features. The Naga of Hindu mythology, semi-divine beings with serpent bodies and human intelligence, living in underground palaces and occasionally interbreeding with humans. The Nephilim of the Bible, the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of man. Some alternative researchers interpret this as evidence of genetic tampering, an ancient, non-human race mixing with early humans. The feathered serpent of Mesoamerica, Quetzalcoatl, the great serpent god of the Aztecs, was said to have arrived from the stars and taught early humans agriculture, astronomy, and architecture. If these myths all stem from a single, lost truth, it suggests that some intelligent reptilian species once walked among us. Could they still exist today, hidden among us? Were dinosaurs smarter than we think? Dinosaurs ruled the Earth for over 165 million years, far longer than humans have existed. But what if we've been underestimating them all along? Mainstream science tells us that dinosaurs, while physically dominant, were primitive in intelligence, little more than oversized reptiles. But recent research suggests some species may have been much smarter than we ever imagined. The Troodon mystery. Could dinosaurs have evolved into a sapient species? One of the most fascinating clues lies in Troodon, a small, bird-like dinosaur from the late Cretaceous period. Brain-to-body ratio, Troodon had an unusually large brain for its size, comparable to modern birds like crows and parrots. both of which exhibit problem-solving intelligence. Forward-facing eyes. Unlike most reptiles, Troodon had binocular vision, an evolutionary advantage linked to predatory cunning and intelligence. Social behavior. Fossil evidence suggests Troodon hunted in packs and may have even engaged in complex group strategies. This raises a startling question. If the Cretaceous extinction event had never happened, could a species like Troodon have evolved into a fully sentient, intelligent civilization? In 1982, paleontologist Dale Russell proposed a bold hypothesis. If Troodon had continued evolving for millions of years, its increasing brain size could have led to the development of higher cognition and even technology. Russell imagined a dinosauroid, a species that would have resembled a bipedal reptilian with grasping hands, large forward-facing eyes, and advanced intelligence. Could this be the ancestor of the lost reptilian civilization? And if an intelligent dinosaurian species did emerge before humans, what evidence would they have left behind? Surviving a cataclysm, could they still be here? If the reptilian civilization truly existed, could they have endured by evolving in a way that made them invisible to history? Some life forms have remarkable survival strategies that could explain how an ancient intelligent species might have persisted, even through nuclear apocalypse-level events. The power of underground survival. Some of the most resilient species on Earth today live underground, safe from surface-level destruction. Consider this. Blind cavefish have adapted to total darkness, surviving without light for millions of years. Deep-sea extremophiles live in environments of extreme heat, cold, and pressure, far beyond what humans can tolerate. Tardigrades, microscopic organisms, can survive in the vacuum of space, nuclear radiation, and temperatures as low as -458 degrees Fahrenheit. If less complex life forms can adapt to these conditions, why not a highly intelligent species? Could an advanced reptilian civilization have retreated into underground caverns, where they remained hidden for thousands or even millions of years? Mushrooms and the fungal network, a living time capsule. Mushrooms are some of Earth's oldest and most resilient life forms, capable of surviving where other species perish. Fungi were among the first organisms to recover after the asteroid impact that wiped out the dinosaurs. Scientists believe they thrived in post-apocalyptic darkness, feeding off decaying organic matter. Some researchers believe certain fungi may hold ancient biological knowledge, acting as a sort of genetic time capsule from lost civilizations. Could a reptilian species have harnessed fungal networks for communication? And if so, could they still be using them today? The final question, where did they go? If an ancient reptilian species was intelligent enough to see disaster coming, they may have adapted in ways we cannot even comprehend. Did they evolve beyond our spectrum of perception, learning to camouflage themselves from modern science? Did they merge with underground ecosystems, living in a way that leaves no trace on the surface world? Or could they have simply left Earth, abandoning their home long before humans took over? One thing is certain, history as we know it is incomplete, and somewhere buried in the deepest caverns of the Earth or the vastness of space itself, the answers may still be waiting.